Keke Palmer is opening up like never before, bravely reflecting on one of the most challenging chapters of her life, her past toxic relationship, which she describes as the hardest thing I ever had to go through. As she prepares for the November 19th release of her much-anticipated new book, Master of Me, Keke is sharing deeply personal insights into her experiences with fame, family, and the often unseen struggles that shaped her journey. For the first time, she is shedding light on her relationship with Darius Jackson, allowing fans to understand the complexities and hardships she faced behind closed doors. In Master of Me, Keke dives into her evolution as a public figure, a daughter, and a woman learning to find herself amid the pressures of fame and expectations from those around her. For years, her vibrant personality and undeniable talent have made her a household name, but she's now revealing the challenges that have come with living life in the public eye. Despite her success, Keke has faced intense emotional battles, particularly in her personal life, which often remained hidden from the public's gaze. Her toxic relationship, which she is finally addressing head-on, left a profound impact on her journey, affecting her confidence and mental health in ways few could have imagined. Keke describes the relationship as a period of darkness that tested her limits, forcing her to confront her own boundaries and resilience. She admits that navigating fame while dealing with emotional turmoil was exhausting, and that she often struggled with the pressure to maintain a perfect image. Her relationship with Darius Jackson, which seemed charming on the outside, took a toll on her behind the scenes. Now, she is ready to tell her side of the story, sharing the pain, realizations, and lessons she learned along the way. The decision to open up about her experiences wasn't easy, but Keke hopes that by sharing her story, she can help others recognize their own strength and the importance of self-worth. Ahead of the book's release, Keke has been candid in interviews, discussing how her experiences in love, loss, and self-discovery have shaped the woman she is today. Reflecting on the relationship with Darius, she reveals that the emotional weight she carried was, at times, overwhelming, and that she had to confront the reality of her situation in order to move forward. For Keke, learning to let go and prioritize her own well-being was a hard-won battle, one that involved breaking free from a cycle of hurt and rediscovering her sense of self. Her journey out of the toxicity required her to rebuild her confidence from the ground up, understanding that real strength comes from choosing peace and personal fulfillment over unhealthy attachments. In Master of Me, Keke explores how this relationship was a turning point, one that ultimately led her to a new chapter of growth and self-realization. She describes the painful journey of unlearning the patterns and mindsets that kept her feeling trapped, as well as the process of reconnecting with her own voice after years of suppressing her needs. The relationship with Darius brought valuable lessons, she notes, teaching her about resilience, self-empowerment, and the importance of setting boundaries. Keke's openness about this experience is both raw and inspirational, giving readers a window into the depth of her resilience and her determination to reclaim her happiness. On Wednesday, People magazine published an exclusive interview with Keke Palmer, where the 31-year-old actress opened up about the early days of her relationship with Darius Jackson, 30, sharing candid reflections on how their bond began and evolved. Looking back, Keke described those initial moments with Darius as powerful and transformative, revealing that the connection they shared felt almost spiritual in nature. It was a relationship built on a deep sense of understanding and companionship, stemming from their mutual experiences with loneliness. This shared emotional terrain brought them closer in ways that felt profound, ultimately leading them to make a life-changing decision to bring a child into the world together. In February 2023, they welcomed their son, Leotis and Drelton Jackson, a joyous addition they had both envisioned and planned with purpose. For Keke, the beginning of their relationship was a refuge, a place where she and Darius felt they could truly be themselves without the usual societal pressures or expectations. The loneliness they both experienced in different facets of their lives became the foundation upon which they built their partnership. "We created a space for us to exist in that loneliness together," she reflected, noting that it was this emotional openness that initially bound them together. They found comfort in each other's presence, allowing them to confront their vulnerabilities without fear or judgment. In this space, their relationship blossomed, evolving from a close companionship into a committed partnership, one where they felt safe enough to share their dreams, struggles, and desires for the future. As their connection deepened, Keke and Darius began to envision a future together that included family. This vision soon materialized in their decision to become parents, a choice they approached with intention and love. When Keke talks about Leo, she makes it clear that he was not only wanted but was brought into the world with a sense of purpose. "We wanted to have a son," she said, her words conveying a mixture of pride and gratitude. Leo was very planned. Her words reveal how important it was for both her and Darius to enter parenthood thoughtfully, ensuring that they could provide the love, stability, and connection they both longed for in their own lives. Their shared intention in bringing Leo into the world reflected a desire to create a family anchored in compassion, understanding, and mutual support. Keke's reflections on those early days reveal the optimism and hope that filled their relationship, underscoring the love they shared and their shared vision for a meaningful life together. It wasn't just a relationship born out of attraction, it was built on a foundation of shared experiences and a profound connection that allowed them to feel seen and understood. For Keke, the journey with Darius in those initial months was filled with heartfelt moments and dreams of the family they would become. She recalls those days with fondness, remembering how they made each other feel less alone and more understood. Their love became a space of healing and affirmation, a sanctuary where they could explore their dreams, fears, and desires for the future. The choice to have a child was not a casual one. It was a decision they came to together, rooted in their hope to create a loving environment for their son. Keke's words about Leo being very planned emphasize how seriously they approached this next phase of their lives, with both of them committed to nurturing the life they were bringing into the world. The bond they shared made them confident in their ability to face the challenges of parenthood together, and their journey toward building a family felt like a natural extension of the closeness they had cultivated. By welcoming Leo, they were creating not only a new chapter for themselves, but also a legacy of love, support, and resilience that they hope to pass on to their son. In reflecting on this time, Keke acknowledges the beauty and intensity of their connection, capturing the depth of emotion that defined those early days. Their story is one of shared growth and discovery, illustrating how two people can find solace in each other's presence and create something truly meaningful from that foundation. For Keke, those memories serve as a reminder of the strength they once found in each other and the journey they embarked on together, despite the eventual challenges that would follow. Today, as she shares these intimate details, it's clear that Keke holds on to the significance of those early days, recognizing how they shaped her path and her understanding of love, family, and self-discovery. After Keke Palmer took the difficult step of filing a temporary restraining order against Darius Jackson, he responded by making his own series of allegations, painting a conflicting picture of their relationship's darker moments. According to Darius, Keke was, at times, the aggressor, claiming that she punched him in the face during a 2021 birthday party and allegedly choked and hit him during a separate altercation the following year. He also made the startling claim that Keke's mother, Sharon Palmer, had once threatened to put a bullet in his head. These accusations cast a harsh light on the complicated dynamics that Keke and Darius shared, adding another layer of complexity to a relationship that Keke would later describe as the hardest thing I ever had to go through. In her new book, Master of Me, Keke reflects on these distressing events, providing her perspective on why things spiraled out of control. "It got so out of control," Keke writes, expressing how deeply the turmoil had affected her. For her, the escalating tension reached a point where she felt that seeking legal intervention was the only option left to restore a sense of safety and stability. "The only way I knew how to bring order was through the court," she explains, highlighting the intense pressure and anxiety that had pushed her to this decision. By taking this legal action, Keke aimed to reclaim a sense of control over her life, putting distance between herself and the volatility that had taken over her relationship with Darius. Delving into what initially went wrong between them, Keke offers insight into the heavy emotional toll that parenthood and fame brought into their lives. She acknowledges that becoming parents introduced a new layer of stress that neither of them had fully anticipated. Having a baby was a big stressor, Keke admits, pointing out that the responsibilities and pressures of raising a child added strain to an already complex relationship. Welcoming their son, Leotis, was a decision they both cherished. but the realities of parenthood, coupled with the demands of their individual careers, began to weigh heavily on their partnership. Keke's words hint at the challenges many young parents face, amplified for her and Darius by the intense scrutiny of the public eye. Fame, Keke reveals, was another factor that contributed to the breakdown of their relationship. For Keke, her public persona has always been both a source of joy and a double-edged sword, especially in her close relationships. Not just with my romantic relationships, but with family and friends. It's always become a burden, she reflects, acknowledging the challenges that fame brings into her personal life. The intense visibility of her career has often invited outside voices and opinions, creating a rift between her and those closest to her. Too many voices get in? She writes, explaining how the constant input from fans, the media, and even well-meaning loved ones can complicate the simple act of trust in her relationships. The pressure to maintain a perfect image, combined with external opinions, led to an environment where trust was hard to build and even harder to sustain. In trying to balance her roles as a mother, a partner, and a public figure, Keke found herself caught between her obligations to others and her need to protect her own mental and emotional well-being. The attention that fame brought to her relationship with Darius was at times suffocating, and it made every disagreement or tension feel magnified. Keke's description of fame as a burden suggests the loneliness that can accompany a life lived so publicly. The pressure to uphold an image, especially as a new mother and a rising star, left her with little room to navigate the complex emotions and challenges of her personal life. As she looks back on this period, Keke's reflections in Master of Me serve as a testament to her resilience and her determination to learn from these painful experiences. Her words convey a sense of introspection and maturity, as she seeks to understand not only what went wrong, but also how these difficulties shaped her journey. Keke's decision to address the situation through the court system was, for her, an act of reclaiming her power, of creating boundaries in a space that had become overwhelming and, at times, frightening. The act of seeking legal intervention marked a turning point for Keke, allowing her to find a way out of a relationship that, despite its beautiful beginnings, had become too volatile for her to continue in. In opening up about these moments, Keke is candid about the weight of the decisions she faced, and she hopes that by sharing her story, others might recognize the importance of prioritizing their own safety and mental health. For Keke, leaving behind a relationship that had been so significant and emotionally charged was not an easy choice, but it was a necessary one. Her story is a reminder of the complexities that exist within love and life, showing that even in the face of public opinion and personal heartache, finding a way forward is possible. Her words are not just about reflecting on a difficult chapter, they are about embracing the lessons it brought and the strength it revealed in her. Now that the intense chapter is behind her, Keke Palmer finds herself in a place of reflection, looking back on the tumultuous journey she has experienced over the past several months. The relationship, which once held promise and a sense of companionship, ultimately led her down a difficult path that she is now finally free from. After 6 months of court-ordered mediation and challenging discussions, Keke and Darius Jackson have reached a mutual agreement on joint custody for their son, Leotis. For Keke, this resolution is a significant step toward creating a stable environment for her son, one in which he can have a positive relationship with both of his parents, despite the struggles that led to their separation. Reflecting on the complexity of her relationship with Darius, Keke is candid about the gray areas that define their time together. I wish I could say he was terrible the entire time, or that I was, but it wasn't that black and white, and that was the problem, she explained, acknowledging that their relationship was layered, filled with both positive moments and painful ones. It was these complexities that made the separation so challenging. She admits that there were times when the relationship brought out good qualities in both of them, moments when they connected on a level that felt deep and meaningful. Yet there were also times when things became unhealthy, creating an environment that ultimately pushed them apart. The shades of gray in their relationship, the mixture of love, conflict, hope, and disappointment, are what made it so difficult to walk away. Keke's words suggest that ending this chapter wasn't a simple decision, but rather one marked by both heartbreak and the need for self-preservation. For Keke, a central part of her healing journey involved finding a way to co-parent with Darius in a manner that would benefit their son. Despite the hardships, she was determined to avoid casting Darius in a negative light for their son, choosing instead to focus on Leo's well-being and the importance of having both parents involved in his life. "I didn't want my son to think his father is a monster because I don't," she writes, revealing a remarkable level of empathy and understanding. Her words underscore her desire to protect her son's relationship with his father, allowing Leo to form his own opinions as he grows, free from the conflicts that Keke and Darius experienced. By choosing not to vilify Darius, Keke is showing her strength and maturity, prioritizing her son's emotional health over any lingering resentment or hurt. This choice speaks volumes about the kind of mother she strives to be, one who values love and stability for her child above all else. In her recent exclusive with People, Keke opened up about how the journey of ending this relationship was, without a doubt, one of the most difficult experiences she has ever had to navigate. Her words capture the emotional weight of the situation, revealing that the pain wasn't just in the ending, but in the realization that sometimes love isn't enough to sustain a healthy relationship. The decision to pursue mediation and seek a custody agreement was not easy, but Keke knew it was necessary to create a framework that would allow them both to be present in Leo's life without conflict. The months of mediation were emotionally grueling, requiring patience, compromise, and a willingness to let go of past hurts in order to move forward as co-parents. For Keke, each session of mediation brought its own set of challenges, but it was a step toward creating a new dynamic, one that could offer a semblance of peace and consistency for Leo. As she reflects on this chapter in her life, Keke's willingness to embrace both the positives and the negatives of her relationship with Darius shows her depth of understanding and resilience. She doesn't paint herself or Darius as wholly good or bad, recognizing instead that both of them contributed to the relationship's joys and its struggles. In accepting this complexity, Keke finds herself in a place of growth, where she is able to let go of bitterness and embrace a more nuanced view of love and relationships. Her journey highlights the reality that not all love stories end neatly, and sometimes the most meaningful thing two people can do is to part ways respectfully, especially when a child is involved. By reaching a custody agreement that honors both parents' roles, Keke is setting the foundation for a new beginning, not just for herself but for her son, who will benefit from having two loving parents who, despite their differences, are committed to his happiness. Through this process, Keke's strength has become a source of inspiration for many, as she openly discusses the emotional challenges of leaving an unhealthy relationship and the difficulties of learning to co-parent in a way that prioritizes her child. Her decision to speak out about these experiences is a testament to her bravery, as she doesn't shy away from the pain and struggles, but instead uses them to illustrate the importance of self-worth and resilience. Keke's story is a reminder that even in the darkest times, it's possible to find hope and healing by choosing what is best for oneself and one's family. In Master of Me, her upcoming book, Keke delves deeper into this journey, reflecting on how the experience has reshaped her understanding of love, family, and the importance of boundaries. Her words are raw and honest, offering readers a glimpse into the transformative power of difficult decisions. Keke's story isn't just about ending a relationship, it's about reclaiming her identity, setting new standards for herself, and finding the courage to create a life that aligns with her values and her vision for her son. For Keke, this chapter is one of personal growth, showing that true strength lies not in holding on, but in knowing when to let go, especially when it means protecting one's peace and well-being. Keke Palmer has officially confirmed her split from Darius Jackson, putting an end to recent rumors that the two might be reconciling. Just last month, speculation swirled after Darius was seen posing for photos with Keke at her birthday party, leading fans to believe that the two had possibly found a way back to each other. However, the Nope star is now making it clear that she's moved on, embracing a new chapter in her life with a sense of clarity and peace. In an exclusive with People, Keke opened up about the decision to step away from the relationship, offering valuable advice to others who may be navigating similar situations. Her words provide a glimpse into her journey of self-discovery, resilience, and healing, showing that even in the most challenging times, it's possible to find strength and embrace a new beginning. When asked about her advice to people who find themselves in similar situations, Keke's response was resolute and empowering. "Walking away is the only way," she said, her words carrying the weight of someone who has faced the difficulties of letting go firsthand. For Keke, stepping away wasn't just about ending a relationship. It was an act of self-preservation and a commitment to her own well-being. Her decision to leave Darius behind was a difficult one, but she knew it was necessary to regain control over her life and prioritize her happiness. Her message is one of self-respect, resilience, and the importance of setting boundaries, reminding others that sometimes the bravest thing we can do is to choose ourselves, even when it means saying goodbye to someone we once loved. Keke's journey hasn't been easy, but her reflections reveal a woman who has emerged stronger and more self-assured. Despite the emotional roller coaster of their relationship, she has found it within herself to forgive, choosing peace over resentment. In a candid moment, she spoke about her feelings toward Darius, expressing genuine goodwill and admiration. "I'm so proud of him and happy for him," she shared, acknowledging the growth that he is now pursuing by entering the military. For Keke, this transition brings a sense of closure, knowing that Darius is on his own path, working toward his own goals. Her ability to find forgiveness and pride in his journey speaks to her maturity and her commitment to moving forward without holding on to bitterness. In a world that often celebrates conflict and animosity after a breakup, Keke's perspective is refreshing and inspiring, showing that true peace comes from letting go with grace. Reflecting on the turbulent relationship they shared, Keke emphasizes the value of finding inner peace and emotional freedom. Her journey wasn't just about ending a relationship, it was about reclaiming her identity and creating a life that aligns with her values and aspirations. The decision to walk away wasn't easy, but for Keke, it was the only way to find the clarity and happiness she desired. Her words carry a message of resilience, showing that while love can be powerful, it's equally important to recognize when a relationship is no longer healthy or fulfilling. By choosing to walk away, Keke has taken a powerful step toward building a future grounded in self-love, self-respect, and the unwavering belief that she deserves happiness.